The Lakers continue to make moves up and down the roster, and this one could go a little bit under the radar for what it's worth. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into everything of today's video, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 93% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. If you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker game recaps, trade rumors, reactions, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest to make it your home for all of it, guys, so you do not miss a beat. Now, with that out the way, let's hop straight into today's video, as the Lakers have made a couple of moves here as the Lakers get Skylar Mays on a two-way contract. So this is to go in line with recently, as the Lakers picked up a Dylan Windler out of the New York Knicks G League affiliate, and they signed him to a two-way deal, and now they signed another player. This guy is a point guard, Skylar Mays, and this was reported earlier by Woj, and then he played this season for the Portland Trailblazers, and then he's also played for the Atlanta Hawks in his career, and it's about his fourth season in the NBA, so he's a guy who's been around. But yeah, like I said before, he's a guy that's going to be adding to that point guard depth, as the Lakers, especially in the passing department, like besides LeBron James, Austin Reaves, and D'Angelo Russell, they haven't had a lot of guys that can really play make and set up other guys on the roster. And Gabe Vincent was supposed to be that other guy, but he has not been healthy this entire season. So the Lakers pick up Skylar Mays on a two-way deal, and this one could be a little bit sneaky because this guy actually played fairly decent this season for the Portland Trailblazers earlier, and that was very early in the season when they had a ton of injuries on that Trailblazers team, where they had guys like Scoot Henderson and Malcolm Brogdon, and then also Anthony Simons were all out at once. So Skylar Mays was able to get in there. So he, like I said, two-way contract, and then he's from the Portland Trailblazers. He had started 5 games for them during the season, and then he's played 21 games in total, averaging about 6.3 points a game, 1.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and about 17 minutes. So he's been with a couple of teams, just the Trailblazers and the Atlanta Hawks here. And then he's a guy that also is from Louisiana. So he played for LSU, and then he was a second-round draft pick in the 2020 draft, 50th overall. So, yeah, he's been, like I said, been around in the league, and I think this has kind of been the goal for the Los Angeles Lakers, as they're trying to find guys that can really kind of just help to their team. Obviously, this is not going to be a game breaker. It's not going to change the Lakers' fortune. He's not going to really impact it to a huge extent, but he's just a guy to really help out this squad, and especially in those times of needs in some of those regular season games where they have a lot of those guys on that injury report, he'll be a guy that can probably come off the bench and also produce, as he's shown here to do that in this NBA season. So he can be a guy that the Lakers can look to possibly be another playmaker, a guy who can knock down some three-point shots, and just a guy who can do just solid point guard things without taking away too much from your team. So this is kind of the idea with these moves, with the Lakers getting Dylan Windler before, and then also now with Skylar Mays. So these two guys are just kind of here just to help out this squad, this Lakers squad, to help when guys are out or injured, and then they can step in and play, and then also just be guys, as since they've been guys around in the NBA, they know a little thing or two, a little bit more than the previous two-way guys who were all just all rookies. So they know a little bit more. There's a little bit more, I've been in the NBA, so I've done this, I've been here before, so I know what is expected of me. So these guys are just players who know their roles, and then guys who are just going to fit according to the Lakers, and hopefully just help them win some games here in the regular season, because that's where they're going to be needed. So the Lakers, like I said, they picked up a guy, so which means they had to drop a guy. So it was the Lakers waived D'moi Hodge. So D'moi Hodge is mostly played for the G League squad this season, but he was a guy that the Lakers picked up on a two-way deal at the beginning of the summer last year. And then D'moi Hodge actually had a very interesting story, as he was the first player from the U.S. Virgin Islands, so that's a pretty cool story there. But the Lakers Unfortunately, they cut and waived D'moi Hodge, but as he's a 3-and-D guy as well. The only issue I think with D'moi Hodge is like he was in his rookie season, so he still didn't really understand what it meant to be an NBA player just yet. And he's 5'11", so he's a little bit on the shorter size. The guy who they got to replace him, Skylar Mays, is about 6'3", so more of an average NBA point guard height. So D'moi Hodge is, as the Lakers will send off waivings, probably a team will pick him up fairly soon because, like I said, 3-and-D is a very high in demand, despite what height you're at. But the Lakers really, I see why they moved on from D'moi Hodge, as like I said, he's just a little bit undersized at 5'11", and then he's a guy who he was a 3-and-D guy, but like he was not at the position where the Lakers truly needed it. They needed probably like a guy at that position. If D'moi Hodge was like 6'5", 6'6", he's probably on this Lakers squad, probably helping them out. But they probably needed a guy like more like a Skylar Mays, who more fits the mold of just like a backup serviceable guard, and he's also a guard that can play with other guards as well, because that's what he was doing there in Portland with guys like Shaedon Sharpe and then Anthony Simons when he made his way back. But now the Lakers, he's on the Lakers to possibly make an opportunity and make an impact while we move on from D'moi Hodge. And they also waived Alex Fudge when they picked up Dylan Windler. So those two rookie players moved on, and now we have two more seasoned guys. Obviously, they're not long-time NBA guys, but they're guys who've been in the league. And this is, I think, what's important for the Lakers, because they need guys, if they're going to step into a situation, they're going to need to know what to do and how to do it. And I think these guys kind of know what they are, and like that's why the Lakers kind of pivoted towards them, as this is just like a way for them to make moves around the edges without really breaking the continuity of the entire squad there. So it kind of keeps things chugging along, and it doesn't really have other guys ahead of them in that depth chart there really looking over their shoulder, as these are just guys, like I said, just to really help out the squad and really just fit the holes where they're needed to be. But hopefully, like, Skylar Mays can make an impact here, as he's a guy that had, like I said, he's had a couple of starts this season, and he actually had a couple of good games earlier this season against the Los Angeles Lakers. So he had a double-double in their first game, having about 15, 4, and 12, and then also in their second game had 15, 5, and 9. Obviously, the Trailblazers weren't too good at the moment, and the Lakers were able to get convincing wins in both games. But Skylar Mays playing pretty well in those games really made an impression on the Los Angeles Lakers, and this is probably the reason why they brought him on to the squad, to see what he can do for us and see if he can possibly help us out and just, you know, do some role player things, because this is essentially what these guys are at the two-way position. They're just here to fill a role and then not do too much more than that. If you get more than that, then that's a huge win. But not to I try not to try to temper your expectations when it comes to some two-way guys. But that's probably gonna be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys comment to see if these guys, will they make an impact, or will they just be guys that we just kind of just forget about and then they don't end up getting too much playing time. But yeah, let us know in the comments. I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.